President Museveni has directed that schools and all educational institutions to reopen for finalists by October 15. Government in March ordered the closure of all education institutions to avoid the spread of the deadly coronavirus. Halima Karungi, Uganda correspondent for CBA, has more.
We have decided to reopen schools for the candidate classes of P7, S4, S6, finalists in tertiary colleges and finalists in universities.
President Museveni has directed that schools and all educational institutions to reopen for finalists by October 15, 2020. Government in March ordered the closure of all education institutions to avoid the spread of the deadly coronavirus. However, on Sunday, Museveni said that after a period of over 6 months, schools will reopen to allow finalists complete school. The president explained that experts think it is safe for finalists to resume studies because there are only 1.5 million, which represent only 10% of the total number of 15 million learners in the country. Each group will have bigger space for social distancing. If they follow standard operating procedures, they will be safe. The cost of waiting any further is very high because of the jam of transition.
The schools will now open in the limited way pointed out above. If for some reasons there are private schools that cannot reopen on account of the obvious disruption of the business of the private schools, because the private schools were doing business, education as a business. They were doing education as a business. Now the business atmosphere is not good because of this disease. So even when we open, if some schools do not open because of the business economics can no longer work out, the Minister of Education is already directed to expand the number of secondary schools.
Museveni, however, noted that non-finalists can be thought of in January. On several occasions, owners of private schools have called upon government to come to their help since they borrowed money from various financial institutions. The president noted that these can be assisted by getting loans from the Uganda Development Bank, whereas private teachers can make use of the shillings 20 billion put in their circle. Museveni said since Ugandans have tested both scenarios of no deaths because of lockdown and one of laxity and death, they should be careful with their lives. Uganda has recorded 6,287 cases and only 63 deaths since the first case of coronavirus was recorded in March. Halima Karungi, CBA TV, Kampala.